Yeah. So previously, the other day, or you can say part one or so, wherein we saw that Uddhava finally reaches Vrindavanam as told by Krishna. Krishna is very sad also, thinking about the Gopikas, his mother, and so on, Yashoda Devi, Nanda. And that's when finally he sends Uddhava saying that you go and you meet, you reach Vraj, you go to Gokulam, you go to Vrindavanam, you see how people are, and so on. And that's when we saw that Uddhava was a man of spirituality, but he lacked a bit of bhakti in him. Bhakti in the sense, for him, he used to get a bit philosophical. That's when, whereas it was the other way around. In the case of the people of Vrindavanam, they had lot of bhakti, but maybe spiritual wisdom also was a bit less. That's when, in order to, so that both the parties will benefit, that's the reason why Krishna does this Leela, and Uddhava finally reaches Vraj. And while he goes there, he reaches, we saw that Uddhava dresses up like Bhagavan himself and reaches Vraj, and that's when he feels that people themselves, for when they look at Uddhava for the first time, they feel as if Krishna himself has come. And while he reached, it seems that even animals, birds, trees, cows, it seemed as if they were all also waiting for Krishna. And that's when, on the way to, like, right, it seemed as if right from Mathura till Vrindavanam, everyone was waiting for Krishna also. And it seems that they ran towards the chariot, they welcomed Uddhava thinking it to be Bhagavan. Later they realized that it is actually the friend of Krishna. They also gave him, to him also they gave him a warm welcome. That's when we already saw that Yashoda Devi, thinking, she used to look, because she could not face a separation from the Lord. That's when she used to look at the Yamuna river, and as the Yamuna river is a bit dark, looking at that, she used to feel as if Bhagavan himself is there. Now, hearing all this, Uddhava also feels bad. Finally, Yashoda Devi, he welcomes him. Yashoda Devi welcomes him to their house. He takes a bath in the nearby Yamuna river. That's when it seems that Uddhava, he hears the gopis singing Krishna bhajan also, and early morning time it was. Uddhava feels very happy listening to this, and the pride that he had, thinking that I only know everything, there's a lot of spirituality in me, I know about philosophy, I know about Vedanta, all that, it seemed that it came dooming down, right? Listening to the songs of these Gopikas that are there. Later, the Gopikas were there, they started talking about Krishna. That's when a Gopika called Lalita, she tells that whenever I try to forget Bhagavan, he puts in efforts, he comes to my mind more frequently. Yesterday I saw him playing a flute or so, and that's when what happened is, my everyday activities that I do, I lose my attention there. And what happened is, by mistake, it seemed that in that she became lost in that. There was a well in their house. She ended up dropping her child inside the well, it seems, because she was totally lost. She didn't know what she was doing. That's when Krishna himself comes there and saves the child. So like this, there are many instances that are there, wherein, now why these leelas are done is, wherein that Gopika Lalita, she tells that people may say anything, that the Lord has gone away, but Krishna is definitely here only. And that's when it seems that Bhagavan also came and spoke to me. All such things, all the Gopikas were talking, each one of them were sharing their own experiences. Uddhava could not believe all this. Where is Bhagavan? Bhagavan is in Mathura. How come he will be here? That too, all these leelas, how can he do? So it became a bit, you can say, Uddhava could not believe all this easily. That's when Uddhava comes finally, he introduces himself to the Gopikas and tells that, I'm a friend of Krishna and I brought a message for you. That's when all the Gopikas, they started making fun of Uddhava, saying that Krishna is here only. What you are saying that he is in Mathura also. And that's when Uddhava, he tells the Gopikas that now, if you are thinking that Krishna is everywhere or Krishna is here only, then you start worshipping Krishna in a formless form. Now for people like us, it becomes very difficult to worship the Lord without a form, right? God is everywhere, you start worshipping, it becomes very, very difficult. Even if we see an idol in front of us, we cannot worship, right? Our minds are so weak. So then Uddhava starts telling the Gopikas this way, and he thought that because the Gopikas are saying that Bhagavan is everywhere also, they'll have not a lot of knowledge, Almighty is omnipresent, he is, he is responsible for doing everything, this, that, they can close their eyes and worship Bhagavan. But those Gopikas, they lacked all this knowledge. For them, Krishna is everywhere, that was the only thought which they had, and their minds had been stolen by the Lord. That's when finally what happens is Radharani or Radhika, she was there. The Gopikas, they brought Uddhava before Radharani, and she also tells the same thing. Krishna is here, Krishna is everywhere. And Uddhava again, he said that I brought a message for you from Krishna. That's when Radhika, she tells that my heart is open. He is my heart, he is my being, everything is him. So what message have you brought for me? I can directly speak to him. And listening to this, it seems that Uddhava, he became so plunged in the bhakti that they had. Now these Gopikas who were there, they did not have much knowledge also, but they were so innocent, their bhakti was so pure that listening to this, it seems that Uddhava pleaded to Radharani saying that this Prema Lakshana Bhakti, this bhakti that is there, Prema Lakshana Bhakti, this bhakti you please give it to me, let the wisdom, let the pride that I have of my wisdom, let it go away. And it seems that with the grace of the Gopikas, Uddhava also could actually feel Krishna standing there only, it seems. Now here what happened is Uddhava was sent by Bhagavan to impart wisdom also to the Gopikas, but in the end he learned something from the Lord and came back. Now how come all such things are falling in? Does it mean that Uddhava was a dull character also? Or did it mean that Uddhava didn't know anything? Was he sent right from Mathura till Vrindavanam just to see what these Gopikas were blabbering, the Lord is here, the Lord is there, and so on? It was not so. The point is, if there are fellow bhaktas around you, if there is a good satsangam around you, you can definitely feel good things, you can definitely share good experiences. This was a point, and moreover, if you have proper faith and bhakti towards the Lord, things will definitely fall in place. That's when it seems that Uddhava stayed there for a few more days. He stayed for about 6 months or so. Finally, he asks permission that I need to return back. That's when Yashoda Devi tells that you ask Krishna to also come sometime. And that's when Radha, she tells Uddhava that there is a flute here, you give the flute back to Krishna, let him take it. And that's when Uddhava promises all the Gopikas as well as Yashoda Devi, the people of Vraj, that I will definitely bring Bhagavan here. And when he returns back to Mathura, Uddhava, he ends up calling Krishna as Gopinatha. Till then, the Lord had a name as Yadunatha. After coming to Vraj, he starts addressing Bhagavan as Gopinatha. He falls at the feet of the Lord and starts crying, saying that, why did you leave Vrindavanam? Vrindavanam is Premalokam. Why did you leave Premalokam? Why have you settled here in Mathura? There people are waiting for you. And hearing this, Krishna, he tells Uddhava that you went there to teach them wisdom, but Uddhava, you have returned back after learning pure bhakti. And here you saw the sneham or the love which the Gopikas, the Gopas and the people of Vraj, including the cows also, Vatsas, they have for me, and that's the reason why my presence is always felt there. Those Gopikas also can experience that. The animals, trees, birds of Vrindavanam also feel my presence there. So in order to teach this bhakti to Uddhava, Krishna does this leela. So to conclude this, most important is, though you have spiritual wisdom is also important, at the same time bhakti is required for that. Without bhakti, knowing things just leads to pride. I know this, I know that, right? When bhakti is there, automatically humility comes in and both will fall in place. And moreover, Gopikas and the other people of Vraj, they saw Bhagavan in everything and everywhere that they did. This is the ultimate that we do, which Krishna also tells Partha, saying that you, whatever you do it as a surrender or worship to me, all your dukkhas will automatically reduce. And these Gopikas also, they attained moksha by only prema that they had. They did not do anything very superior also. So what, that doesn't mean that we should not have spiritual wisdom or something like that. Whatever we get, we should definitely learn, but without faith also, or without love for the Lord, nothing works in. So this is the lesson which Uddhava gets to learn from the Gopikas, and ultimately it is also a message for bhaktas like us. So if we put in one step or so towards the Lord ensures that he takes 10 steps towards us and pulls him close to him. Yeah, pulls us close to him.